Does maintaining your website feel like this dark cloud hanging over your head? Well, if it does, you are definitely in the right place. We're going to talk all about how to keep your site healthy for the long haul, but without all of that constant stress. Okay, let's just be real for a second. Does your website stress you out? You know that little nagging worry in the back of your head that something might break? Yeah, that's incredibly common. You are not alone in feeling that way. And I bet some of these worries look pretty familiar, right? That fear that you're just one wrong click away from bringing the whole thing crashing down. Or maybe you're just not even sure what you're supposed to be paying attention to. And don't even get me started on those expensive maintenance plans that people try to push on you. It can feel really overwhelming. But here's the thing, and this is the good news. A lot of that stress is actually built on a myth. The myth that your website needs constant work. So today, we're going to tear that idea down and replace all that fear with some actual clarity. This right here, this is the belief that causes all the anxiety. This idea that a website needs constant daily attention just to stay healthy. I mean, that is just a recipe for burnout. And honestly, it's just not true. The reality is way, way simpler. So instead of thinking daily work, let's think light, routine care. Instead of constant redesigns, it's more like gradual improvements. And instead of endless updates, we are talking about a quick check once a month or maybe even just once a quarter. Just shifting how you think about it, that changes everything. Okay, so if it's not this constant grind, then what is website maintenance really? Let's actually break it down into something that's predictable and, manageable. The big secret here is to think of it as preventative care. Like going to the dentist for a checkup. It's not about frantically trying to fix things when they break. It's about a simple, calm routine that keeps your site reliable and helps you catch any little issues before they become big ones. And you know what? We can basically boil almost all of it down to just 3 core tasks. Seriously, that's it. 3 main things to focus on. And then there's one extra one that almost everybody forgets about. All right, first up, updates. This is all about keeping the software that runs your site fresh. Things like your main platform, maybe that's WordPress or something similar, plus all those little plugins you use for extra features. And of course, your design theme. Keeping these updated is absolutely crucial, mainly for security and just making sure everything plays nicely together. And the routine for this? It's so simple. Forget checking every day. Just put something on your calendar for once a month or even once every 3 months. You log in, run the updates that are available, and then just spend like 2 minutes clicking around your site to make sure it all still looks okay. That's literally it. Okay, on to core task number 2, backups. This is your ultimate safety net. It's just a complete copy of your website that's saved somewhere safe and separate. So if anything ever goes wrong, maybe an update doesn't work right, or you accidentally delete something important, poof, you've got this perfect copy you can restore in a flash. This is the thing that lets you stop being afraid of breaking your site. And honestly, the best kind of backup system is one you never even have to think about. It should just run automatically in the background. The key thing is that it has to be stored off-site, somewhere totally separate from your main web server. And of course, it needs to be easy to restore. The good news is most quality web hosts include this stuff as part of their standard package these days. And that brings us to our third and final core task, security. Now, let's take the panic out of this word, okay? For most of us, good security isn't some complicated tech wizardry. It's really just a few simple preventative habits. We're talking about using strong passwords, doing those updates we just covered, and choosing a good, reputable web host. That's like 90% of the battle right there. So, that's the big 3 on the technical side: updates, backups, security. But what about that forgotten task I mentioned? This is one that anyone can do, no tech skills required, and frankly, it might just be the most important one of all. It's content maintenance. Think about it. People don't trust a website because it has fancy animations. They trust it because it's accurate. So are your services or your prices out of date? Is that your old phone number on the contact page? Are there broken links everywhere? Keeping this stuff correct builds way more credibility with your audience than any complicated new feature ever could. Okay, so now that you know what maintenance actually is, we get to the big question. Should you do this yourself, the whole DIY route, or should you hire a pro? And the best way to think about this isn't, am I technical enough? It's really a choice about your time and your peace of mind. Look, if your website is pretty simple, you feel comfortable with the basics, and you've got the time to do it, then yeah, DIY is a great way to go. But if your site is totally mission critical for your business, or if you'd rather just pay for the peace of mind of knowing it's handled, then outsourcing is probably the smarter choice for you.
And if you do decide to hire someone, you've got to watch out for a few red flags. A good plan will tell you exactly what you're getting. It won't try to lock you into some crazy long contract you can't get out of. And maybe most importantly, it should feel, well, boring. In a good way. It should be predictable, not a constant stream of emergency fixes that stress you out. All right, let's pull all of this together and talk about the long-term goal here. This is all about shifting to a new, much calmer mindset. It's about embracing the idea of the good enough website.
I absolutely love this analogy. The old stressful way of thinking is like treating your website like a pop-up shop, right? It's temporary, it's chasing trends, and it feels like you're constantly tearing it down and starting over. The new, calmer mindset, that's treating your website like a home. It's stable, it's reliable. You don't bulldoze your house every year. You just maintain it and make small improvements over time.
So let's just totally redefine what a healthy website actually is. It is not about having the fanciest new feature or the trendiest design. A truly healthy website is one that just works. It loads reliably, the information on it is accurate, it's secure enough, and, here's the big one, it doesn't demand your constant attention. And that's really the bottom line. The goal isn't perfection. It isn't complexity. The whole point of getting a good maintenance routine in place is calm.
So I'll just leave you with this question to think about. What would it feel like if your website could become a source of calm and confidence for you instead of a source of stress?